Yes, I want to talk about the sisters that gone nuts over food stamp in Georgia. This here is about trashy women. When you see trashy women go out like that, that's why the government want to cut off everything that they have taperate in the system. People getting food stamp and system aid like this, and they don't know what they're getting and what it's about. And that's where the government want to cut off all these systems. That's the same thing about every government. When Bush was in the chair, he wanted to cut it. But people didn't like Bush because of those things. Now you got Ron Moreau. They want to say that he want to cut off food stamp because that's all they getting. But at the time when they were getting them big checks and stuff, they weren't talking about none of that. Yeah, Mitt Romney. So they want to go now and talk about these things, but then you got to go back to when they was getting these people all this free service. It didn't supposed to be like that. The governments got trapped into all this here, not knowing what it was about back in the 70s when food stamps and all this stuff come out, system aid. It didn't supposed to go out to people that got a well education. You got people that got good education, could read and write, and getting more than what they could get working. Then you got people that don't have an education, got to get out here and work. And if they did got system aid, they wouldn't get enough that would take care of their kids in the way things is today. I say that you take women that going out here and getting 5 and 6 children. Yes, they know them too many children for them. They know they didn't ask no government for no help when they was laying there getting them. They didn't need no help. But when they get them, then they want the government to take care of them. The government ain't got nobody taking care of them. You know when you had them, how you gonna take care of them, feed them, and clothe them. And these kind of people make it bad for people that go out and plan to have children. They go out and get 1 or 2, and then they can't even get a job because people look down on them as that, yeah, they ain't got but 2 children. They can afford to take care of those. They don't need no system aid. They looking for people with all those children, 6 and 7 children. Babies having babies, young children. And the government should not even support them. They should open up a shelter like a homeless house for them or something for them. They could go out there and get more than what a person could that works. Here I am, in the age I am, ain't never had a brand new house. I had to stay in houses that they done messed up, that they want to try to get money out of what they ain't paid for. They could just walk into every new house and they think that they don't have to stay and buy it. They just stay in it for 2 and 3 years and tear it up and they go back and then buy another house. Or get another house. They don't pay for it. And here you got a person that ain't got but 1 or 2 children. They have to lay in old abandoned houses, something they don't tore up that they need to tear down. Then they fought the government for it. It's not the government, it's the people. So here they run in Georgia, think they're going to get everything free that people left behind, and then they find out that their food stamp being cut. But then when you say something to them, they tell you, oh no, the government ain't going to never cut off no food stamp. That'll never take effect because people got too many children. That's the way they want them, to show people that they could go out here and get these children because they feel just like everything free. And then here you got people that want to really take care of their children. They got to live off of just about $80 or $90 worth of food stamp. That's not worth it. You cannot even buy them a bag of popcorn for that much. But here these people getting that kind of money, and what do? They sell them, and like you say, they get the hair did it, then they could talk about other people about, oh, that old woman with a nappy head. What? Yeah, they could pick at other people that tries to make it and try to knock them down by going around taking everything they got. Now the government go back to Bush. When he tried to give them jobs, they didn't want no jobs. They messed up the jobs where people wouldn't be able enough to work on them. So now things is so out of hand, people can't work because they got the jobs all mixed up with people identity. They don't know Baby Joe from Baby Doe. They don't know if these people are really the real people that working on the jobs, or is they working up under other people's name. So everything are in a mess. They need to cut off the whole system and let these people figure out how they would take care of themselves if they didn't have these systems. And then they'll go and get a job. Then you put them on a job that steals everything that in the store. So that's why they got everything is cut off. You can't trust them. You can't trust them on the job. They don't got rid of the good people for these kind of people. And now the good people can't work because they done messed up their identity. And they like to work. I really would like to work. But you can't work. With them no messed up everything. Then the good people have to go on disability and live off of what they would have to live off of. And they're living off of what we should be living off of, what you know worked all your life and out of job. This is the mess they causing. Even now, they think that they supposed to have everything. This the point. They supposed to think that they supposed to get everything without working for it. If you work for it, they figure the same thing people work for. The government supposed to give them that free. So that even I want to know how can they go and then give a young person infertility, and they say that they got Medicare insurance, but they could go and then get them and know they ain't got no job. And they having 4 and 5 and 6 babies, and then here's they talking about a person old senior citizen, 55, as too old to have children. But if you pay for them, look like you should have what you want to have. But this is the way the government let them operate in everything. So they figured that everything they supposed to get free. And here's people that want to work, can't work because they ain't got no, well, you ain't got no equity, you don't have no responsibility. You don't have but 1 child or 2 children. You can afford to take care of that. And yes, you should go back and get all the men they got in prison and making them go to prison for child support and get a hammer and let them men beat them in the head and teach them some sense. When you laid down with that man, you know that man ain't had no shoes on his foot, and you know that he didn't have no drawers on his behind. So you knew that when you went with that man. You went to get the sorriest man to lock him up in jail for child support. How can he give you any child support or give you a check and he ain't got no check for himself? You should have thought about that when you laid there with him. Then so here the government get messed up with it. He go and lock up a person who need help just like you. You got so many in the state prison locked up. And those people are good people. They go around and look for that ain't got nothing because that the poor they is, the bigger the check is. That's bigger the dough. They should not even much lock up them men. Because when you find out those are good people that they're locking up knowing that they could take care of child better than they could looking for a man for child support. This is the way the system is broken. And bruh, I tell Ron Moreau, Butch, Bill, Rama, all of them, that if they cut the system off the day of tomorrow, it doesn't matter what president get in there. What I think that they should do is make them pay for all the damage they did for locking up people. They have to go to the prison and get the men they locked up in prison, and those what they call pedophiles, or sex offenders. Those the lies the women's put on them in order for to get money from the state. So I figured that they should pay for the damage they did, and Georgia should cut off all their water and all their steels and stuff and make them come back where they started from, where they had those children from. Before that, they had the storm came. What they had when they went into Georgia, looking for what they could get free from out of Georgia, make those people come back and work and pay for the damage they did to the men's. Because they really have battered the men's, and they don't neuter the men's. It's no more men's for them to get no more children from. So go back and cut that system and put them to work. They say they will give them jobs. Now it ain't no jobs. They give them jobs. Now it ain't no jobs for them. They go to put them to work, and now they ain't working. So we go take this here and see can we write a book out of this here. Or see can we get a little BNT out of this here.